Toronto Multifamily Conference 2024. What a great atmosphere we're having here. So yeah, wait. So simple, and we're early for the boat, so I'll pick up the boat for first year. Just sat here chilling out, enjoying the teas. Okay, we just finished the first day of the workshop just before the Multifamily Conference. Some really great information about tax advantages, CMHC lending, investor lending with mutual funds, how you can reinvest your tax-free RSPs into real estate. So lots of good information. I'm going to do more videos later on about the information that I learned. So because I've learned something, you can experience it with you to learn more. So I can share those on some videos and give some real insights. So here we are nice and early, so make sure we get a good seat. As you can see, right at the front is the VIP seating, and then you got a platinum seating, and then here at the back is the elite seating.
Yeah.
So why are we in the elite seating?
Because he's too cheap to buy that private seat.
Yeah, guess it wasn't too cheap to buy the VIP seats, but I'm regretting it now. So next week I think we'll be right up to the front. Yeah.
Next year, be up there.
Are you guys excited? If you guys can hear me out there, we're getting started on the main stage. We're getting started. It's getting hot in here.
Yeah, I actually showed up the day before. It was amazing. I'm like, oh my God, they're always like this. They don't like that. It's going to be a lifetime. Today I'm super excited to be here because last
Thank you for the preview. That's it. Thank you for that. Hopefully by the end, I will give you such a powerful tool. They make sure all of them, and I've got a special message probably at the end that's specific to all of you. I'm trying to get it doing virtually live. He shot me a video instead. It's got a word that he did with my presentation today that I want all of you to hear.
Hey, greetings everybody from Multifamily Conference. I'm kind of sad here. Sorry I can't be here. But I am happy to know my wife's there, and I'm one of the Florence. We're so excited about our partnership. We're doing the set, bring 10x stage to Canada to show you guys how to really start pitching your investor base. One, gotta have an audience, and two, how do you pitch them? How do you present to them? How do you make your offer? So many of you guys who are making offers that you never get to the offer part. It's so easy to do once you learn how to naturally, authentically, and honestly craft your presentation. I raised over $1.3 million in real estate, and having a stage, and sitting on the stage, and between one person, 10 people, or 100 people, or to be online. When you do it right with real estate, you can raise tremendous amounts of money. And he is going to show you exactly how to get the audience, and two, most importantly, how to craft that presentation. Hope you guys have a great conference. God bless you. Be great, and find that big, great deal, and get investors to support you in getting those.
until we first of all, we'll be together. We don't want to stay. Just 9 years ago, he was completely broke, and now he owns over 50 businesses and brands. He has both sold over wine. Like my money to me. Okay? So I'm going to write it down. Your network equals your network you spend time with is who you become. But any of success, 3 things that is going to stop you from now I'm going to think the worst thing that's happened. And then, what's the hope that you happen? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, stop. 95% of the things that you do will be the correct one. There's nothing to think about it. That's all analysis talks about. Anybody who said, I need to think about it, you know. Let me put your down and say, think you'll make it right now. Because if I think about it, I'm going to think about it. Then you will be. Think it's your job for you. We are going to come here with market. They give you a lot of things. Okay? Number 2, not how much it costs, how much you make. And number 3 is always more about how much money I really need to make. I'm always going to matter about that. I'm doing a lot. You know, I'm here to be able to do it. They're all free, right? My son is on fire. Officer Richard, Robert, and
And the guys are there anything to you, dare? Guys?
But quick review, it was excellent. Well worth anyone who wants to come for 2025. We've already signed up and got the VIP tickets, so we'll be cheap next year. We'll be in the front with all the big money and make some big deals happen. So we got back from the Multifamily Conference 2024 and I thought we'd do a little interview here. We do have another interview I'd like to do. I'm not sure if I can get it in. So it's just myself and Dorothy. We're going to do an interview and I'm going to ask Dorothy a few questions because we did enjoy the interview. But we both have different perspectives about it. So I'm going to ask, looking back over the whole weekend, what was the best piece of information that you received?
I don't know if there's just one. There's so much information, it's hard to remember, but I really liked it, something that hit home with me. And maybe it's because I'm getting older, I don't know, and I want to spend more time with family, is time. You can't get back your time. You can get back your money, you can, have a different job, you can do whatever, but time, you can't reverse time, so don't waste your time. Make every minute count, every hour, every day, whatever you're doing, have purpose, and don't waste your time.
Well, that's why we do most of this. We do it so we can earn more money to create more time, so we have more time for ourselves, for his family, and freedom to travel and enjoy more conferences as well. So, about the speakers, who were your top 3 speakers in reverse order? So we'll go with number 3.
Well, I have 4, so I have to
Okay,
pick
we'll go
3.
4. Well, I can go 4 if you like.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, they're
4.
not in any particular order because I think I like them all the same, but for different reasons. So let's see if I can remember all 4 of them. I liked Pete Vargas. He talked about your presence, on getting on other people's stages, whether you're doing a video or podcast or speaking on stage. He really had a good presence about him, so he taught us about that, and then we're going to be taking his course later in October about doing that. So I really liked him. I've seen him before and I really liked him. So I guess he's maybe number 4, I don't know, or 3, whatever. And then I liked Brad Sumrock. He does, well, real estate investing in the States. So his presence was really amazing as well. He had a lot of good information, and he had a really good stage presence and he was very passionate about what he did, and he wanted to give back to people, and he was giving us, you know, free stuff and free information, and his goal was just to teach people what he already knew. He didn't care about the money, and that's where we had breakfast in a room full of, I don't know how many people were there, but he provided breakfast. Not that that's why he was my favorite, but just him teaching us. And he came down off the stage and was just talking to us like we were normal people. He really wanted to teach us and get his information. So.
Yeah, it was 300 people. It was sold out before it was.
That's
It sold
right.
out, but
Yeah.
all seats were taken because you had to register for that.
And you almost didn't get in for that because you
That's right, because you registered the day before.
I did.
Yeah, the first time I tried, we said it was full, so I tried again and I managed to get in. So,
Yeah.
otherwise, you'd have been eating breakfast and I'd have been outside waiting for you.
I would have got all the information and
Yeah.
you wouldn't have, but yeah. Okay. And number 2 was I guess it's a surprise speaker that we didn't know he was going to be there. I did not know who he was, never heard of him before, but it was JT Fox, and I really liked what he said. He was pretty straightforward. He cut it just like it was. There was no messing around, and he was pretty upfront about, you know, his goals in life. He came from a very poor situation and made something of himself, and he's gone really far, and he knows, I guess, a lot of celebrities. I never heard him because I don't hang around with celebrities yet, but I really liked what he said. So when we're scheduled to go to one of his workshops.
Yeah.
Okay? Hey, when we partner, when you get involved in this project, you never want to go to someone and say, are you interested? Because it moves a disparity of power from you to them. It is your great deal, it is your great opportunity as well, because it is a lot harder for people to opt out than to opt in. Opt in, they have the power. Opt out, you're like, hold on, I'm sorry, you're not interested? Oh, so it changes the disparity of power, okay? The most important skills, okay? I always tell people the success, number 1 is competence, right? And which, by the way, the more, anything you do for the first time, apartments, commercials, speaking, whatever, you're nervous, right? First time we do anything, first day at school, first real estate, everything's nervous. But after 5 times of jumping out of the airplane, you're not nervous. After 5 days of doing business, after 5 times speaking, right? After 5 marriage, you know what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's all about building relationships with people more than just having a business relationship, more of compounding the relationship as well.
Yeah, and being friends with people, and I'm looking forward to actually talking to him. He got a selfie with them. I missed out on that, but whatever, next time.
You're gonna push it to the front.
I could have taken the picture even, but whatever.
Back and all.
Yeah,
one hand and
true.
full in the other.
True. And then I guess my last one was Elena Cardone, but I already knew her before, or I've heard of her before. I never met her in person, but I follow her, and I really like what she talks about family and supporting each other into whatever goal that you're working on, whether it's a life goal or whatever. So I really like that. And I didn't even actually take any notes while she was on stage, because I was just like watching her the whole time. I took a few pictures, but she was just so great to listen to, and her philosophy, and I could really relate to that, because she really liked what she said about, you know, families, having a family unit, and everyone's working on their goals together, yet they have their own personal goals, and their kids does, and she does, and her husband does, and then supporting each other in those roles, what they could do to help each other, and not being in each other's way, and letting the other person work on their own entire goals. And just, I didn't even take any notes when she was on stage. I was just watching her the whole time and just listening. It was just so good to listen to her and her philosophy on life, and where they came from, and how they built everything, and what they're working on. And that was just really amazing. I was looking forward to listening to her. We knew she was coming. She was going to be one of the big speakers at the conference, so I was really looking forward to her being there, and just listening to what she had to say and how, you know, she can help us in what we're doing and things and goals that we need to work on.
Yeah, there was one common theme with all the speakers where they all came from humble beginnings. None of them started with banks full of money or cash or connections or anything like that. They all started from the ground up, whether they started in a poor home or working background, you know, working class as we call it, but they're all self-made in that respect. I know no one's self-made, it's always a team and the people you have around you, but nothing was given to them. They all had to work hard for it. That was a great common theme, I thought. The next question, this is a good one. So what was the weirdest part of the conference? Because we've done a lot of good highs and lows, but what was the weirdest part that you thought?
The weirdest thing that I saw?
Heard, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the weirdest thing that I saw, which seemed like totally out of place for a real estate investing conference, was a guy walking around with a cat on his shoulder. When we first saw the cat, we thought it was I don't know what it was. Just a monkey. It was a gray cat, and all we could see was his tail wagging from behind. And we're like, what is that? And then the cat crawled around to his other shoulder and turned around it backwards, and we could see the cat's face, and it was a cat. And we saw him several times walking around the conference with this cat, and the cat never said anything, but that was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it was quite a home, was the cat.
Yeah.
I mean, like you say, it was several times. It wasn't just someone came in with a cat, showed it off. The cat was part of him for all day, every day. And I saw him over 2 days or maybe 3 days, I'm not 100% sure now. And I was just amazed by seeing, I think it was the 3 days we saw him. We saw him on the Friday, the Saturday and the Sunday. And he must just be with the cat all the time. I even thought if I had something there, I'd probably creak my neck or something like that. But like I say, it went around, he just had a little chain.
On his shoulders.
I don't know why the chain, I don't know if it'd run off or what, but
just in case. But
yeah.
Yes,
The cat was very happy. I don't know if he fed it or took it to the washroom or what. I don't know what he did.
We didn't see all that part, but that was the weirdest thing, was this cat attending the conference. So.
Yeah. You think he had to get another ticket or not?
I don't know.
Okay, the last question here, because I know you've got lots of work you're going to get back to. So, who would you recommend to come? Who would you recommend this conference to? You know, what type of person, or do you have someone in mind who you think, yeah, you've got to come to this conference next year?
Well, anyone that's interested in multifamily real estate. Anyone. You could be just starting out, you could be interested in it, you could already have some properties. There was something for everyone. We actually talked to some people that were there for the first time. Some of them didn't have any properties, but they went because they wanted to know the next step. They wanted to know how to get started. Some wanted to go from single family homes to multifamily, where they could, you know, buy an apartment building or a 3-plex or an 8-plex or something. So there was something there for everyone. And they had it divided this year that you could be in the beginner workshops or you could be in the advanced, depend on your skill level. So there was something there for everyone. And it's a really great weekend. There was lots of networking. We met some new friends. We met some that were there last year and traveled with some. So the Multifamily Conference in Toronto is for anyone that's interested in real estate investing, definitely.
Yeah, it was good catching up with people that we met last year, because it's like, well, what have you done since last year? So you're excited to discuss, because everyone, if you go to a conference one year and you go the second year, you're obviously still interested in it, so you've obviously made some progress between those years. Not gone to a conference, applied no action and thought you'll go back next year. You're just applying action, and that's how you multiply all your knowledge. You're not going to apply everything that you learn in the 3 days, because you just can't possibly do. Your brain forgets. You do maybe 10%, maybe 20 or whatever, and then you keep building up. But yeah, we did meet people, like you say, was just starting out, so they didn't have, or some that didn't have as many units as us, or some people which were around the same sort of size as what we are. And then there were some people that had a lot more units than us, so there was something for everyone where you can ask questions or maybe help out others. And yeah, it's like-minded people in the same room. I think there was, 3,000 people or 2,500? 2,500 people at that event, yeah. So it was great, and people come and go and the exhibitions. It was
But
great.
even the coaches or the people that were talking on stage and doing presentations, they've been in it 20 years, and they said they're still learning. There's always something to learn. So they're learning, and then they have mentors that they're learning from. And so it was a great conference for everybody. I would recommend to go if that's what you're interested in. It's not for everyone, but if you're interested in real estate investing, it's definitely worth the tickets to go.
Yeah, and I think if you're really serious, don't cheap out like I did. Go for the VIP.
So why are we in the elite seating?
Because he's too cheap to buy us up front seats.
Yeah, guess I was too cheap to buy the VIP seats, but I'm kind of regretting it now. So.
I've learned that lesson. We did the 2 years in the elite, which I think was fine, but I think we would have got more connections on the size that we are and what we're trying to be more in the VIP. So we've paid that little bit extra to network with
Big guns.
with big guns. Maybe people who can help us achieve that next level, because we're always wanting to go to that next level. You gotta jump from level 1 to level 10. You've got to go through the steps on the different levels.
Definitely, yep. So we're signed up. We're going next year. Just not sure the exact dates yet, but we're going. Whatever,
Yeah,
we'll
it was
work it
earlier.
out.
I think it was a week earlier.
Yeah, I think so. It'll be great.
Yeah,
In
it
Toronto, it was a great weekend. Everything was close. We stayed in a hotel close by with walking distance.
Yeah, 5
so
minutes, 6 minutes walk.
it was great. Everything was downtown, and got
Yeah.
to see some things, and
Yeah, right next to CN Tower.
Yeah. so it was great. So we recommend if you want to go and learn something about real estate investing, just do it.